What if everything you were taught about your senses was only part of the truth? What if, beyond the 5 physical senses, there were deeper tools, hidden within your soul and spirit, waiting to be activated? In this video, we'll uncover the 15 senses you were born with, how they shape your reality, and why reprogramming them is the key to unlocking your highest self. This isn't just information, it's transformation. Let's begin. Most of us were taught from childhood that we have 5 senses. It's one of those lessons that gets etched into memory so early, we rarely question it. Sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. Neat, easy to remember, and simple enough to test in a school quiz. But what if that was only the tip of the iceberg? What if that little package of 5 was just a starter kit, something to help us survive in a physical world, but never meant to define the full range of human experience? It's like being handed a flashlight and told it's the sun. Useful, sure, but ultimately limiting. Let's start with the body, the most obvious of our 3 layers. The body operates in the physical. Its sensory input is tethered to the external. Things we can see with our eyes, hear with our ears, and so on. These senses are not just limited. They're easily deceived. Mirrors can distort. Sounds can echo falsely. Taste can be masked. The body gives you information, but only at a surface level. And this is why the body is the weakest of the 3, not in value, but in depth. It's like reading the headline without opening the article. Useful, but incomplete. We're not just physical beings. We are layered. There's the soul, our software, and then the spirit, which is the raw current behind it all. If the body is the device, the soul is the program, and the spirit is the electricity running through it. So what else is there? What lies beyond the 5? The soul is where things get interesting. This is where the unseen begins to speak louder than what's visible. The soul houses faculties that most don't recognize as senses, yet they're more active than we realize. This is the space of decision, emotion, and vision, not the kind your eyes give, but the kind your future depends on. Let's talk about the mind first. This is where thoughts are formed, shaped, and rehearsed. The mind is a gateway. It can be renewed, corrupted, focused, or scattered. But no matter what, it's always sensing, always interpreting. The mind is not just thinking, it's translating reality. Then there's the will, that invisible drive that pushes you toward action or away from it. The will is a sense that responds to purpose. When it's strong, you feel unstoppable. When it's weak, everything feels heavier. Emotions, though often underestimated, are their own sensory system. They alert us to changes in our internal environment. Anger, joy, sadness, they're signals, not just moods. They tell you where your energy is flowing or blocked. Affection is more than who you love. It's what you attach to, what pulls you in. This is the sense that binds you to experiences, memories, and people, whether they heal or harm. And then there's imagination, possibly one of the most divine of all the soul's senses. Imagination allows you to see what does not yet exist, feel what hasn't happened, and rehearse realities not yet born. It is the blueprint factory of creation. Altogether, this realm of the soul offers 5 new ways of seeing, feeling, deciding, and designing. When affirmations are spoken, this is the field they seed. And like fertile soil, the soul responds, grows, and gives form to thought. The spirit is the deepest layer, not just an essence or vibe, but the very source code of who you are. It's where energy meets intention in its rawest form. And here, the senses are less about perception and more about power. The first is prayer, not just asking or pleading, but opening a direct line to higher intelligence. Prayer is a sense of connection. It's a reach beyond logic into divine dialogue. Then comes praise. This is more than words of thanks. It's a declaration, a loud, intentional statement of truth into your environment. It shifts atmosphere. Praise is the spirit's way of claiming space. Worship is alignment. It's not about sound, but surrender. When you worship, you step into the highest version of yourself, stripping away fear and ego. This is the sense that remembers who you were before life taught you doubt. Faith is the wild one, the sense that leaps without needing to see the bridge. Faith is belief applied like a substance. It molds unseen realities into form. It's irrational by human standards, but magnetic in the spiritual. Finally, meditation, the quiet transformer. It's not about sitting still. It's about turning all your senses inward to find stillness in the storm. Meditation tunes every other sense, body, soul, and spirit, into a single frequency. It's how you hear the whisper underneath the noise. These 5 spiritual senses don't just inform, they transform. They stretch you beyond survival into mastery. So here you are, not a body with 5 tools, but a multidimensional being equipped with 15 finely tuned instruments, each one designed to perceive, respond, create, and evolve. And yet, most people are walking around using only a third of their capacity. When you activate the soul, you begin to see how thoughts shape your surroundings. You understand why some patterns repeat, why certain goals feel out of reach, and why affirmation without alignment feels empty. Reprogramming isn't just about speaking new words. It's about engaging new senses, training them, trusting them, and tuning them daily. And when you awaken the spirit, everything expands. You no longer respond to circumstances with fear, but with faith. You praise even when there's no evidence. You meditate not to escape the world, but to reshape it. You worship not as a ritual, but as a reconnection. This is not theory, it's architecture. You're building a version of yourself that's always been there, waiting, dormant, maybe, but never absent. The more you practice with all 15 senses, the more reality bends. Not in some abstract way, but tangibly. You begin to attract experiences that match your inner vision. You stop reacting and start creating. You become fluent in the language of the invisible. So the next time someone says you have 5 senses, smile. Because now you know the truth. You were never ordinary. You've just been asleep. But now, you're waking up. You were never limited to just 5 senses. You were designed with 15, each one a gateway to deeper awareness, greater alignment, and unlimited potential. The power to see beyond, feel deeper, and create from within has always been yours. So now that you know, the only question left is, are you ready to live fully awake?